Hey everyone, it's Rail 96 here. Hope you're all doing well out there and have had a good start to a new week that is upon us. Welcome to another Train Sim World livestream. For today's offering, I will be visiting Germany and taking a look at one of the new routes that comes with the base Train Sim World 5 release. And that is the Kinzigtalbahn in Germany, which goes from Frankfurt to Fluda. So let's get into the journey mode, and as always, have a little explore. So let's select it. On the case, I think we'll have that one. And we'll take the new ICET high-speed train out, relatively high-speed, out for a spin. Let's do a passenger service from Frankfurt main Hauptbahnhof to Fluda. So let's do it. Rock and roll. I'll say my hellos to Slovak ball mapper. Hey, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Okay. 14 coaches. Wowee. That's a long train. Okay, let's, before we do go any further, I'll just make some changes to settings here. Aid the stream. Okay. Let's get set up ready for departure. Störung. Open the doors.
Türen geöffnet.
Alright, let's use the open the panel door here. Let's turn on the various systems. If I can find the switches. CIFA we'll have on. I don't know if LZB is on this route. I have honestly no idea. I'll leave it off, I think, for now. Don't know what that is, but I turned it on. Is PZB on at all? That's LZB. PZB, there it is. Okay. The interior lighting is on, so that is good. Let's take a look at the exterior of this train. Right on cue, we've got some lovely stock here on display. The 218, the ICE1, and the ICET. The ICET is unique because whilst the ICE1 over there is faster than this, the ICET has a tilting mechanism, so it allows it to go faster than the ICE1 round tight corners. Kind of like the Pendolino I took a look at last week, if you like. So this may be slower on the straights, but it's faster through the corners. But before we do go, we'll take a little look round Frankfurt main Hauptbahnhof station. So immediately, this is the control tower, I think, for signalling and all that. The clock does work and looks pretty good. The model itself looks very nicely detailed. Frankfurt main Hauptbahnhof. So yeah, one thing that did immediately caught my attention is the sheer size and the amount of tracks there are coming in or out of Frankfurt main Hauptbahnhof. It's the busiest railway station in Germany. Unfortunately, it isn't as busy as I would have hoped, despite having every single layer enabled. Be that static stock or AI services or playable services. It just feels a little bit bare. I mean, especially looking out from this view here. It just looks a little bit too quiet for Germany's busiest rail station. But I like to see. It's nice to see the city in the background. The skyscrapers and all that. It's business districts, clearly visible in the distance, which is a nice touch from Dovetail. But yeah, I don't know how many platforms there are on Frankfurt. I could have a look. That might be a one idea. I think there's 24 platforms, and I do know that some of them doesn't have any services whatsoever, be that AI or playable. There's a S-Bahn service, I think, scuttling away from Frankfurt. There it is. You can just see it in the distance. But yeah, over here you've got the depot. I don't know if you actually do any services in and out of the depot. I haven't seen any trains go in and out of there yet. Further down you've got some S-Bahn lines that quickly appear and disappear because they then go underground. But yeah, as far as modelling goes, yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. It's nice to have the city background. It's something Dovetail could have easily missed, but fair play to them. They put it in, so credit to them. Only disappointing thing is that it's a little bit on the quiet side. I think it could be much more busy. It can be much more busy, but whether that's limitation on the game engine or in fact, having to hold things back for what is now the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, which are now 11 years old, I think, the base versions of those consoles anyway. So yeah, not great. But anyway, we're wasting time. Let's lock the doors and prepare for departure. Let's put full power on. Well, at least to begin with. Okay, so it's 2 units. Imagine if 7 connected together. I was going to say I'll be very surprised if it was a single 14 coach unit. OLZB is on this route. Oh yeah, of course it is, I've just remembered. I did a tutorial for it. My brain is already shutting down, and it's not even 8 o'clock in the UK yet, so yeah. Okay, so our one and only stop is Fluda. It's 89 kilometers away. But for this stream, I will not have LZB turned on. I mean, I don't know anything about this route other than the base facts. I haven't explored it. I haven't done anything at all other than a tutorial and a look around Frankfurt, and that's about it. accelerate here up to 90 kilometers per hour. It's been quite a while since I've been on anything German. But as far as the Kinzigtalbahn is concerned in the game, it's 64 miles, apparently 103 kilometers. So, you know, much longer than the West Coast Mainline South, which is a pleasant surprise. And it has 24 stations, 4 less than the West Coast Mainline. It does, though, come, however, with a nice variety of stock, especially if you don't have the list that I'm about to read out for you. So you get the DBBR 411 ICET, which is the multiple unit I'm operating today. The Vectron is back, this time in Deutsche Bahn red colours. You get the DBBR 43, which I haven't played in a very long time. When was the last time 43 was actually on the route? I think it on any route. I think it was like München Augsburg, wasn't it? It's like ages ago. So long ago. In fact, there's the 43 there. You also get the DBBR 146.2, which is, you know, the same old 146.2 we've had for years at this point. Same goes for the coaches and the cab car. You get 3 types of freight wagons, and you do get a different variant this time of one small boxy passenger locomotive, and that is the DBBR not 112, not 143, but this time the 114. Which I think the only major difference is with that locomotive is I think the headlight cluster is slightly different. But yeah, sounds good on paper, but will that be turned into reality? We will see. So I'm going to do a high-speed run on this unit, and then I'll do a passenger service, you know, stopping service, and take a look at the rest of the stations. I think when the game first came out, this route had its destination displays missing. I think the virtual destinations certainly. Dovetail then implemented those virtual destinations via a patch. To be fair to them, was quicker than I expected. I thought it would take months, but like they did with Schnellfahrstrecke Karl-Aachen. But you know, credit to them, they pumped it in as soon as the game released. It should have been in there from the outset, but you know, at least it's in the game now. Right, let's increase the speed now. Don't want to end up going too slow. That won't be good. So as far as the ICET is concerned, it's from the family of Pendolino, so it does make sense for Dovetail, you know, to not only have the Pendolino introduced in Train Sim World, but this unit at the same time. 59 train sets were built, the 411 to be exact, and 11 for the Class 1 415. Just get on the brakes here a second. And they're used by these units are used by Deutsche Bahn and Österreich Bundesbahn, the Austrian Federal Railways. has a maximum speed limit of 230 kilometers per hour. That's 140 miles per hour, and it uses the 15 kilovolt 16.7 hertz AC overhead electrification system. And yeah, is I think the first and so far only high-speed tilting train that is currently in Deutsche Bahn's roster of express trains. And I do like it. I mean, it certainly stands out from the others, you know, being slower and having the tilting functionality, which results in faster cornering speeds. So it's certainly got some unique characteristics, there's no doubt about it. Now, coming into this stream, I was expecting the German route to be vastly superior, let's say, to the West Coast Mainline South, because when I took a look at the West Coast Mainline, it was okay, it was better than I expected, but it just screamed one word to me, and that was rushed. You could tell that the timetable was rushed. It didn't have the full plethora of services, be that playable or AI. Some elements of the scenery around the station infrastructure didn't look very good. It was sometimes it was great, and sometimes it just wasn't there. It was very inconsistent. So man, to the fact that you know, the route is much shorter than it really should be. It really should be longer, the West Coast Mainline South, but there you go. So yeah, I have reasonably high expectations coming into this route because A, it's longer, and B, it's a German route, and really when it comes to high speed a German route, or a German route with high speed capabilities and commuter services and freight thrown into the mix, on a decent length of track, yeah, hopefully it will be a pretty good recipe for success, but of course we'll find out. But so far it's okay, it's not too bad. I can't tell if we're on the LZB section or not. There's you can tell when there's when you're on an LZB section because there will be a wire on the track itself. I can see. I think it must be a shadow of the overhead wiring on the ground, but yeah, I'm struggling to tell if it's also the wire itself, the track wiring. So yeah, don't know. The frame rate so far is better than I expected. It was certainly better at Frankfurt, considering the lack of not activity, just I think the sheer amount of trains and you would expect at Germany's, or one of Germany's busiest stations. So yeah. I suppose the caveat is, you know, we don't get a busy, authentic replication of the rail traffic in Frankfurt, but the plus side to that is, you know, we get much better frame rate. Certainly better frame rate than London Euston or in the London area, no doubt about it. Speed limits, going down actually to 130 and then 100. So let's get on the brakes. That's no problem. No problem for me. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, you may also see the Flixtrain Vectron on this route, because I do have DLC installed and available to be used on Kinzigtalbahn, but honestly it's such a pointless DLC. I'm not even going to bother taking a look at it. I mean, it's a Vectron with a new colour scheme. Yeah, the interior may be different. Yes, it's a new brand and it's got, you know, some cool looking coaches, but it just adds a measly 6 services to this route, which is nowhere near good enough in my opinion. It should be a lot more. Whether 6 services a day is the actual timetable on this route for the Flixtrain rail company, then fair play. But to me, you know, it just seems way too underused, let's say. So I think we've just passed Hanu, which is here. This is a busy freight interchange, as you can tell from the huge yard, and there's a station in the middle, of course. Hence why we're at reduced speed. Once we're at the freight yard, we'll be able to pick up speed once again. Hey Condor, nice to see you, hope you're well. Just taking my first glimpse at the Kinzigtalbahn in Germany. There's a nice shed that we just passed there, a little roundhouse. Certainly looked interesting. I want to take a look at that. It's intriguing me. Like the fact there's all these rail beds and logs everywhere along the ground. That's quite good. There's the railway crossing. They look new and they work as well. This looks cool. I like this. Just a little roundhouse, little shed, and not all of them, but some of the doors are open, so you could stick a diesel locomotive in there. There's another one over there too. Wow, pretty cool. What's also cool with this route is that it connects up to well, not a complete route, but it connects up to Fluder, which is a station that was on Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel Würzburg. So I suppose you could pretend to do a service from Würzburg to Fluder or Kassel to Fluder, and then get on a service and pick up a train from Fluder and go all the way to Frankfurt. I'm going way too fast. That's okay. It's about to be it's going to be irrelevant now in a second, because the speed is going to increase to 200 kilometers per hour. I mean, I can run this train with LZB, but I prefer with it off, because more of a challenge. You know, you're more engaged with the experience rather than letting the train drive itself. It's pretty cool. It drives itself, but I just prefer to be in control. But so far, all the safety systems and everything works, so that's good. So far, so good. Hey Dan, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Welcome aboard. Excuse me. Oh, it doesn't want me driving at that speed. Fair play. It doesn't want me to drive at that speed. I best stick to the speed of I don't know, 140? Maybe? I suppose this section here is almost like the speedway element of the route. Condo, enjoying it so far? Yeah, so far it's so good. I haven't got much to complain about. There's obviously a few things I'm not pleased with, but those issues are to be expected. But yeah, other than that, so far so good. The train works, the route hasn't crashed, safety systems work, we're going in the right direction, so yeah, so far so good. Dan, when does LZB run from on this route? I don't know where from, but I imagine just shortly after you've come out of the you've come through the busy freight rail. Stupid safety system. Anyway, what was I saying? I think the LZB begins as soon as you've cleared the huge freight yard. So if you're coming from Frankfurt, LZB will begin. I imagine roughly here or something. And LZB would end, I imagine, as soon as we come up to the twisty section. But I don't know. We'll find out when where the LZB ends. But I certainly know where it starts from. I mean, I'll be amazed if LZB started much further back than where I indicated on the map. Condor limit is 200, but LZB hasn't been activated. Yeah, I've turned it off. I haven't turned it on. You have to go in the cabinet on the right hand side and flick the switch to enable LZB, and then of course you've got to set up the AFB speed limit and speed control so it can work in conjunction with LZB. But I've turned it off because I prefer to operate intercity express trains without LZB, simply because I'm more involved with the driving. It does work. I just choose to not use it. We've got just over 55 kilometers to go until Fluda. I'll have to check Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel Würzburg, see if this express train is subbed into its timetable, not for playable services obviously, but for maybe appearing as AI at Fluda. I have my doubts, but you never know until you have a look, I suppose.
Sifa.
I must say the foliage close to the track, it's pretty good. It's consistent so far. It's not like sections of the route where it's just bland and absent. It's present throughout so far. So it's a thumbs up from me so far, mate. Especially those tracks on the right hand side are full of weeds and grass growing through. I like that. Very good. You can see the distant hillside as well to the left, which don't look too shabby. I've seen much worse. So yeah, LZB has ended, I think. Now we're going to be twisting and turning our way northeast to Fluda. Condor, oh, so it's intentional. Yeah, it's intentional, yeah. Do not worry. But as far as this timetable is concerned, I think it's got, I don't know the exact number, I think it's just under 530, which would be nice if it was bumped up a little bit more. I think there are some layers that are missing from this route that was meant to be on this route, but for some reason it's just not present. Don't know why. I'm surprised. I looked on the forums and I haven't seen people questioning or asking, like, why is this layer not available, and etc, etc. Unless Dovetail said on the stream or something that, oh, we meant to take out those layers at the last minute so we can work on the Xbox ancient consoles and all that. Speed limit's coming down to 130. We're very much in the countryside now, far and away from any major German city.
Sifa.
Getting a little bit slow here. Let's increase the power. Get it up to mid-40s. Should be okay. Another cool thing that Dovetail added, not just for this route but for the San Bernardino line, is licensed aircraft. Now, I don't know my aircraft very well. I'm not a big fan of planes, be it fictional or in real life, to be honest with you. But I think the two forms of planes that Dovetail have got, as far as licensed aircraft that is from Airbus, an A321LR and an A350-1000 XWB, whatever that is. They all look the same to me. But as far as the timetable goes, I'll just read out a list for you here that I've made. Obviously, the ICET will run, the Intercity Express services full length of the route. The 114, the 116 locomotives with their, coaches and cab cars will run regional express and regional Bahn services between Frankfurt and Fluda. Some regional express services apparently will be top and tailed in the peak hours, and there's also empty stop movements, which again is quite cool to do. The Vectron, that's no surprise, that does the freight services, and the 423 S-Bahn multiple unit does the S8 and S9 services, and the other S-Bahn services you may see in and around Frankfurt, Hauptbahnhof are AI only. But this is where the interesting thing comes in as far as service layers. Now the list I have is you get the Intercity Express 1 and 3 train sets. I have I've managed to catch a glimpse of them in action, so that's a tick. So they're represented on this route. 425 is apparently on this route, but that only does, I think, AI services as well. There are some playable 642 services, that's the little diesel multiple unit from Kinzigtalbahn. The 103 does a rail tour service or two, which is quite cool. And there's apparently meant to be some shunting services using the DBBR 363, but I haven't seen that at all. It's not even popped up on the timetable menu unless I have to click a button or something and it's there. But as far as that shunting is concerned, it is absent. And there are also various substitutions as far as freight goes, be it with the Railpool Vectron, the DBR 155, the MRCE locomotives, and the Österreich Bundesbahn 1116 Taurus locomotive. So there's certainly a lot of variation in the timetable. I think it could be a little bit. Something tells me that I think it could have been boosted. I don't know why, but I'm just getting that feeling that maybe Avtel could have squeezed a bit more out of this route as far as the timetable goes. Maybe not as playable, but AI certainly.
Zifa.
But that's just my view. Condor, the A321s are part of the Universal Airbus A320 narrow body jets. The A350 is a wide body. Okay.
Zifa.
So I imagine the A350 is like, I suppose, I don't know, what would you call it? Long distance planes? I mean, planes go a fair distance, long distance anyway, but you know what I mean, like maybe cross continent or something. And I imagine the the 321s are probably like a smaller plane for maybe national services.
Zifa.
Or private jets or something like that. I don't know. What do I know? Gaining speed reasonably well at 42% throttle. I'm doing very, very well.
Zifa.
The speed limit's going to come down to 140 kilometers per hour. reduce our speed. There we go. Oh, we're really tilting here. And we're going alongside the river. Oh, it's a dam over there. Oh, right.
Sifa.
Well, we're now going alongside a river. I don't know which one. It's probably the River Rhine, maybe. That's a guess. I'll have to have a look now. So that will bug me. Right, let's just find it. I want to know what that river is. Or where the dam is, certainly.
Sifa.
It's not a river. It's just a little reservoir. Well, not a little, but a big reservoir. The Kinzigtalbahn, or Straussy, however you say it.
Sifa. Sifa.
Just over 30 kilometers to go until Fluda. Leaning to the left. When's the next corner coming up? Very soon. Let's take a look at it leaning, shall we? Yeah, look at that. It leans into the corner. Very good.
Sifa.
I like that. That's cool. Not only because it's cool, but because it works. It's not just a visual thing in the cab. It actually leans. But yeah, since Train Sim started going to a yearly release, unfortunately, Dovetail have done a decent job as far as its German routes go. Aachen, when they released Train Sim 2, I thought I really enjoyed that route experience. It was the first time we had the high-speed trains introduced, and I can't wait for that new timetable, by the way. Hopefully it gets a remastered update as well, mainly because it deserves one. What was after that? Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel Würzburg, still to this day, 2 years later, the longest Train Sim route we've had so far. Yeah, it may be boring for some because it's obviously just a straight blast up and down central Germany, but I really enjoyed it personally, especially if you have the LZB turned off. It could be quite a challenge. After that, we didn't have a German route as such. We had a little bit of Germany, but a lot of Austria. That was the S-Bahn-Vorarlberg, which is a good passenger Austrian route, and it was a first dive into Austrian content for Train Sim World, and I fairly enjoyed it. And now we've got the Kinzigtalbahn. There's another train. As far as train sets go, I don't know if you can do services in a single 7-coach formation, or always have 2 units connected together, so it makes a 14-coach train. But so far, just taking the route in visually and going at some reasonably high speed, so far so good. I've not done a bad job. We will soon see if my optimism for this route continues when I do a stopping passenger service. I don't know what kind of passenger service. Well, I want to do a service that stops at every station. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but I'll find a way. There's the ICE-1. Speed limit increases again. Apply a bit more power. A lot more power. Because we've got just under 14 minutes until, well, we're meant to be at Fluda in under 14 minutes. I highly doubt we will make it in time. That was a nice bridge we just went under there. But we're just 24 now kilometers away from Fluda, so we should make it in time. I mean, I haven't been completely, on the speed limit all the time. I've been cruising, really, to be honest with you. It was a nice viaduct we just went under as well. This section of the route I'm really liking so far visually. As far as the forest goes and the viaducts and the bridges, it looks really cool. Going into our first tunnel of the day, and it seems to be a long one. Like a long tunnel. Is this all just tunnel? I can't tell. Oh yeah, the tunnel ends there. Wow. That's a long tunnel. It's probably the longest tunnel than... it's probably a longer tunnel than on Castle Würzburg, if anything. It might not be, actually, considering Castle Würzburg, you're thundering through tunnels at significantly higher speeds than this multiple unit could ever achieve, speed-wise. But that bit of route there, just before the the scenery around the area, just before we went into that tunnel, there looked really good. Don't know why, it just immediately caught my eye. Just thought, oh, this looks good. Let's increase the speed. Don't want to end up going too slowly. Go too slow. And now merging from the darkness into daylight. Steep, reasonably steep downhill gradient. It's quite nice. You got a bit of undulation on this route, some steep ups and downs. Whereas the West Coast Main Line south was mostly just flat. You had a few differences in elevation, but nothing as drastic as this one, certainly. Venom 76. Hey, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Good name for a channel or an account. Venom.
Zifa.
I approve. It's funny I should say that. My cousin spoke to him earlier today, and he was playing one of the Spider-Man games. I haven't watched Spider-Man in a long time now. I'm not a big fan of the newer Spider-Man films. I preferred the original trilogy, so to speak, when they had in the early 2000s with Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. Those three films I don't think can be topped by the newer Andrew Garfield films or whoever is playing Spider-Man this week. But there was one of the new Spider-Man films I enjoyed, and that was Spider-Man, what was it, No Way Home or something like that, when they had Dr. Octavius back in it, and I was like, yeah, I need to see that, because they had the original cast come back, you know, Tobey Maguire and etc. So, yeah, that caught my eye. So I went and seen it. I went to see it and enjoyed it. Sorry, I had a little hair on the mic there. Apologies there. I had a haircut today.
Zifa. Zifa.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Venom. Not too bad, thank you. We've got just over 10 kilometers to go until Fluda. Just increase the power. Put it in mid-40s. There we go. Maintain the speed nicely. When the stream is over, I'll have a look at the timetable and see if I can... Because there's a thing now you can do, isn't there, in the menu where you can toggle on or off the service layers. I wonder if one of them's been set off by default. I'll have a look at that. The only problem is I don't know how to use it, the toggle. I don't know where to find it. Actually, if I have a look at it.
Zifa. Zifa.
I'll find it. Right, I think it's a good time for me to say the usual YouTube shenanigans. Of course, if you've enjoyed the stream up to this point and you like what you see or hear, then of course hit the thumbs up button below. If you don't like it, then, well, sorry about that, but there's not much I could do. You know, it's just me being me, and put the stream on and off you go, hope for the best. But yeah, if you've enjoyed it, then yeah, hit the thumbs up button below, and if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, then of course feel free to subscribe to the channel. As far as the next stream goes, that will be next Monday on October the 7th. My god, we're into October already, Jesus. And we'll be taking a look at the final new route that came with Train Sim World 5, and that is the San Bernardino line in sunny California.
Zifa. Sifa.
You can hear the wildlife outside. I have got a window open, have I? No, the windows are closed. When we stop at Fludo, I'll take a look at the interior of this train, as well as the exterior up close. I don't know if the coaches are any different to, you know, the other ICE trains.
Sifa.
Right, we've just joined, that's Schnellfahrstrecke Castle Würzburg up there, to our left. We're about to join it. So even though we're now on the really fast speedway, if you like, we will be getting slower as we get closer to Fludo.
Sifa. Sifa.
We've got a red coming up. Surprise, surprise. Is that at the station? At the end of the platform we're stopping at? Surely. I'm amazed we're still running to schedule, you know, despite me not being super focused on nailing every speed limit, you know.
Sifa. Sifa.
Speed limit of 100 coming up. Right, we've got to slow down now. Right, big time. I'll leave it on notch 2. That should be okay, he says. Oh, these are good brakes. I'm surprised we've got a red signal. I am very surprised. With me being, well, with me nowhere near pushing this multiple unit to its, you know, to its limits, I'm quite surprised we've got a red signal. Is there a train in front of us? Seems to be the case. Where are we? There we are. Oh, we've got one just left. Alright, that's why. Okay. I would have been sat here for ages and if that was the case. I mean, I left Frankfurt quite late. So the fact I'm early, wow. And having to wait for a train in front of us, I would have probably have to have sat at that red signal for quite a while. Unless the service overtook us. Or left before us, then. Sorry. I'm sorry. Let's just release it a second. There we go. No harm done. Only be a minute or two late. Come on, let's go. We're not moving. There we are now. Come on, train. Let's get a shift on. There we go. Alright, so the 85 lamp is flashing. That means we've got to be at a speed under 45 kilometers per hour. But as I say that, 85 lamp has stopped flashing. But I'll remain at a speed under 40 just to be on the safe side. Oh, come on. I pressed the C button, man. C button, the circle button. Jesus. That's a bit harsh. I pressed it. I don't know. That was a bit harsh. I pressed the switch. But it wasn't having any of it. Oh well. Damn. I was hoping to be on time as well. Oh, never mind. Oh well. Come on, train, let's go. We've got a talent too, wanting to have a race with us, it seems. Damn, the frame rate is really bad. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah. The frame rate around Fluder is not good. I don't have a frame rate counter, but it's definitely below 30. That's that's for sure. Let me turn it off. That one there. Cipher off. Off. And that one there. There we go. There we go. Should be fine now. I mean, how many trains are in the area? Right, those freight yards are empty. There's what? One train in the station. There's one in the sidings down there. Probably a few in that yard there as well. But suddenly the frame rate seems to have picked itself up off the floor. I mean, it didn't like me going slow and steady on the approach, but all of a sudden the frame rate is a little bit happy. It's much more comfortable, it would seem. Oh, it's a 642. That's the little train on the left, on the right there. Good to see that on this route. I like that unit a lot. Well, we've got to stop at the H sign, which basically means the stop sign. Not that one, the next one. That H sign there, just in front of the signal. There we go, we made it in one piece. There we go, service complete. There's actually only passengers on board this train. None by the look of it. But yeah, the PIS displays, they actually work. But be it the graphics of this train is very blurry. Who's it me? That's the shadow there. So don't worry, that's not part of the train, that's just the sunlight. Putting shadows on our train. just turn the volume of my headset down, but let's take a look at the exterior of this train in more detail. Yeah, ICE logo is not very sharp. Even at that distance, it's not very well implemented. That ICE logo it needs to be a lot sharper. The red stripe though, that's pretty sharp. Same goes for the Deutsche Bahn logo is better than the ICE logo, no doubt about it. I like this though, the Kinzigtalbahn and the emblem of the state or the area of Kinzigtalbahn. Again, that's pretty low res as well. I like this here. Having a few moments there, it's getting blurry and deciding not to be blurry. It's a bit of an issue. Pantograph, catenary. Looks okay to me. Yeah, look, it's okay. Let's just take a look at the screens, the MTD. Gee, man. These buttons, I mean, I was going to say they're blurry as heck. But they eventually, well, the texture decides to be a little bit stronger. Yeah, so you got the usual. That's for the passenger lights, I think. Button number 5. That's the AFB, which I think works. That's good. All the other bits and bobs, I've no idea. It's all in German, so not really sure. AB 30 gun. That's probably the doors, maybe. What is going on with the texture of his screen? Gee, man. It's not only the exterior, it's the interior as well. That's something Dovetail is going to have to sort out pretty ASAP, because that's pretty jarring, and I don't like that. It's not just on that screen either, it's on the desk too. Gee. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Okay, I've already seen that. UUD. I swear I used to GNT Oz. There was something there, but it disappeared. Doesn't do anything. None of them do anything. Oh, contrast. That doesn't do anything either. Let's do that. Then contrast. Alright, so the contrast doesn't... There is no contrast. Well, at least the brightness works to a degree. Let's just... let's go back to that. Yeah, textures need to be improved, there's no doubt about it. It's almost like it's taken a step back, and that is not good. Whether it's a bug or Dovetail's genuinely decided to, I don't know, turn down the graphics or the intensity of the graphics on this multiple unit exterior-interior is not good. it's across the whole kit and caboodle, isn't it? That's quite poor. We got MFD brightness though, so you can amp that up to 100%. Should have done that before actually. Well, at least that does something. But the gauges, the screens, you know, they're sharp and they're fine. It's just the buttons, and yeah, that's not good. That's quite disappointing actually. The Ebola, that's there. So that screen works. Right side panel. We got a toolkit, not a toolkit, a first aid kit. Do any of these buttons do anything? Release parking brakes. You got the parking brake. Open the rear hatch, and you can uncouple. The fault switch panel is here. Again, the textures. It's really bad, really poor. It has. I hope it's a bug, but if this is how the interior of trains is going to look, you know, as far as textures go, then my God, Dovetail is going on a pretty treacherous path, because I don't like that in any way, shape, or form. That is very disappointing. The cab, you know, is well modelled. The textures are just awful. It's as simple as that, and it was the same on the exterior. You know, it was some textures having issues on some signage and branding. I mean, oh, look at that. That is horrible. Jeez, really blurry. Come on, this is 2024, not 2004. Jeez, Dovetail. The seats look nice, I'll give them that. I think it's just the usual Deutsche Bahn coaches, isn't it, really? I'll have a look through the rest of the train. You got a destination display there and the time where we're going to. That's the water closet. I hope this texture problem is not the same on the other train units. If it's just the 411, then it will kind of make me a bit pleased-ish. Okay, so there's destination screens there works, that's good. I don't know what that's meant to be. Is that like a little cafe shop thing? Got the health and safety poster there. At least that's sharp and good. That looks great. Again, look at the numbers there. So blurry. Jeez. It seems to extend for most of the train. So this is the luggage rack and where you can put your bicycles. That's good. Ooh, are these the first class compartments? Little train there. Cartoon style train. Again, the textures on that signage. Poor, not good enough. This must be the cafe or the restaurant car. Got some people here. They don't have any food or drink, but well, at least they're sat in the train, in that particular coach, so that's something. Yeah, I think that'll do, really. Now I've got to go all the way to the front. Look at it. That is awful. Jesus. I hope it's a bug. I really hope it is, because it's putting me off liking this train. I liked operating it, but the more and more I dive into looking at it, you know, exterior and interior, it's ebbing away my enthusiasm for this train. I really hope it's a bug. I'm surprised that it hasn't been sorted, to be fair, because they put out a patch for this route already. Unless that bug, this problem, came along because of that new patch. But yeah, 411 ICET, great to operate. The model itself is great. It's just the textures are absolutely that is diabolical. There's no excuse for me there. That is not good enough. It's as simple as that. I mean, you could see for yourselves. That's not good enough. End of story. I don't care if it's on an Xbox One or a PlayStation. Those textures should not be like that. So yeah. Oh dear me. What a shame. What a shame. I hope it's a bug. I hope it's not a permanent thing that's going to be apparent now on the other rolling stock. But yeah, that's a bit of a shambles, and I'm not a happy bunny. So hopefully this route can redeem itself by what am I doing? I'm going to the journey mode. Yeah, hopefully this route can redeem itself by the scenery, which looked quite good at a reasonable pace when I was chugging up and down the route. So let's have a look at it, shall we? S-Bahn, that's the 423. So what's this? Where does this go to? This goes from Uffenbach Ost to Hauptbahnhof. I suppose we could do one of each, can't we? What's the S9? No, it's exactly the same. Alright, fair enough. Alright, we'll do this one. And then we'll move on to the maybe a 114 or something like that afterwards. Condor likely the TGV one, but there is nothing there since I heard they were having a hard time of implementing that. Condor SimRail does a better graphics than TSW. Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt about it. Wait, all of these night runs? I don't think so. I didn't bother looking at the time. This one's at 2 minutes past 5 in the morning, so we will be able to see what's going on. Oh, it's weird getting back in this unit. I haven't been on this route, this unit for ages, but I don't think anything's really changed. I mean, I think that door sound is I think the same. Oh yeah, let's turn the master key on. There we go. Oh, it's that train over there. I was going to say. Oh, poor Sifa. Right, let's check the first screen. Ah, these textures are much better. Immediately an improvement. For now. Yes, you can adjust the displays, I think. Oh no, I can't reach it though. Yeah, I can. Oh, good. Oh, well done. Fair play, Dovetail. You can manually implement a destination this time. That's a positive. Okay, so this is the 423. Very similar to the 423 from Hauptstrecke München-Augsburg, if I'm not mistaken. Other than those door opening and closing sounds, I think it's exactly the same to the 423 from Hauptstrecke München-Augsburg. Same sounds, same physics, same interior, same everything. PIS displays works. That's good. I think I saw some scrolling destinations there. It's not showing now. Share S8 to Hanu. Right, let's take a look at the station. This is Offenbach Ost. Let's take a little look. PIS displays are working after Dovetail implemented them. That's good. The exit down here. Oh, it's a bridge. Okay, underpass. That's interesting. That's a unique thing there. Look at that. You can look up and you can see the roof of the platform there. Cool. Oh, this is nice. I like this. This is pretty good. Obviously, that's the lines where non-stop trains would thunder through. Route scenery. Well, I'm not going to say much about the road network because I know it's going to be crap. And there's one of those licensed planes. You could see it in the distance there. Nice sky for this service, I must say. It seems you've got a bit of construction going on here, building something, new homes most likely. And your typical run-of-the-mill assets used to replicate a German town. Yeah, not too bad. Right, let's go. I haven't actually installed München Augsburg, actually, come to think of it. I've mentioned it a few times. I think I need to install it again. But yeah, certainly München Augsburg and Kurlaken, they need to be the next routes on the remastered list for well, German-wise, of course. I think as far as route masters go, Great Western Express is coming up shortly, hopefully soon, at least before Christmas or Halloween would be fantastic. And then after that, it's definitely got to be some of the old school British routes like Tees Valley and Transpennine, East Coast Way, etc. I imagine that London Commuter will be high up on that list as well. So the first stop is Mulheim. Mulheim, Maine, to be exact. Just over 2 kilometers away. We're approaching Mulheim. I swear there's already a station called Mulheim in the game. I think it was on Hauptstreck Rhine Road, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Venom, is TSW5 worth getting, or should I stick with TSW4? My attempts to laugh indicates that I think you should stick with TSW4 for the time being. Definitely get this on this game on a discount, no doubt, because it is really, other than a menu change and a new mode which is only restricted to 3 routes. Yeah. Get it on a discount, or if you get one of the regional regional editions, which is like, paying for 1 route basically, and you get the base game and whatever new route you've chose to pick up. And yeah, that's a more cost-effective option, let's say. But yeah, here we are at our first station stop. Got the Deutsche Bahn clock, which works. Ooh, new ticket machine. With a bit of green for once. I'm pretty sure that clock's meant to maybe be a bit lower down. Oh well, but here we are at Mulheim, Maine. Interesting building there. Very interesting. Let's go down. There should be an underpass. Indeed there is. It's a shame the lifts don't work. It's only British routes that have, or UK routes that have lifts that work. Saying that, I think maybe some lifts on San Bernardino line may be a thing now. They may actually work, I don't know. Yeah, the underpass looks quite good. I did see it earlier. Ah, there it is. I mean, I can't go down there with my free camera, but yeah, you can see Dovetail modelled it out. Got some graffiti there. Don't know what it is in English. Whoa, yeah, scenery back here don't look too great. Oh, that doesn't. Look at that. Mother Nature's trying to take over the town's road network, but that doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's Dovetail, They're going to cut corners with scenery, aren't they? This is not just trains level of scenery and depth and quality. I think that's pretty obvious. Just would be nice if it was tidied up a bit more. But as far as foliage goes, I'm certainly a plus with that. Okay, the next station stop is Mulheim Deitschheim, however you say it correctly. Once again, apologies for my German pronunciations of these stations. They're usually absolutely terrible. Okay, here we are at the next station. Ooh. There we go. Okay, here we are at the next station. Oh, we got a different type of PIS display there. Nice. And it works. Ah, that clock's better positioned. Lower this time compared to being stuck in the middle of the sign. But again, it's pretty much an island platform. Almost like a cookie cutter style of a station. Sign looks pretty good. Again, some signage and definitely the signalling is in tip-top shape as always. They do a good job with the modelling of signals and safety systems. So the passengers walk down here to yet another underpass. Bit dirty and grimy back here, but fair enough, that's to be expected. And it goes all the way out to near football field, it seems. Okay, I really like those sounds on the doors. So that's certainly an improvement. Alright, let's rock and roll to the next station stop. Which is Steinem, Maine, I should say. To a little short stubby tunnel. Venom left a like, thank you very much, much appreciated. There's also a playlist on my channel that has all the streams. So if you choose to, want to watch any of my other streams, there's a dedicated playlist for those particular needs, for your streaming needs, as far as my content goes. Right, we are approaching Steinem. Oh, I'm going a bit too fast here. Oopsie daisy. A bit too keen for the need for speed again. Apologies that. Daisy. Oh well, there's always a first for everything. Blimey. Oh, the train did make it onto the platform, fair enough. Going so far, the PZB kicked in. Told me to acknowledge. Tiny little stubby platform here at Steinem, Maine. Let's just follow the station. Destination displays are in good working order, and there's only one, so not much that can go wrong. I like this bit of clutter and rubbish down here, that's pretty good. A lot of it actually. There's bike racks either side, that's good, and some weeds and grass there, that's not too bad. Road is left to be desired, unfortunately. Oh, another underpass. Oh, fair play, Dovetail. Ooh. Okay. Let's go, I think, to the final stop, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is. Hanu Hauptbahnhof. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. Let's have a look at this bridge here. It's quite cool that you've got the road bridge and two different types of well, not two different types, but two different designs of a railway bridge. I like that. That's pretty cool. I presume this is the River Rhine. I don't know. But again, nice water texture. Looks decent. Looks realistic. Ah, no, I've had the feeling that was going to happen. I was trying to get into the driver mode, but I couldn't get there in time. Sugar. Oh well, I'll turn it off. Apologies for that. Condor absolutely is. Oh yeah, absolutely. München Augsburg, I think, has potential, no question. Whether it will be remastered, mainly because of, I don't know, maybe it can't be remastered or updated timetable-wise, because of I don't know, maybe the route being very difficult when it comes to performance. Performance of the route wasn't great. I mean, it wasn't great to begin with, and it still isn't brilliant now, if I'm honest with you. So hopefully a remaster would maybe address those issues, but maybe that's what's preventing it being a realistic possibility. I almost panicked there. Thought we were going to go for a red signal. No, that was not the red signal. Right, let's open the doors. And here we are, journey's end at Hanu Hauptbahnhof. Damn, is that the car park? Jeez, that does look great. Again, distant scenery is not very good. As far as like hills and things like that, you know, Dovetail do a decent job with that. Destination displays work here. You got one being 8 minutes late, and that's not me. That's not me for once. You got a regional barn service terminating here. Next to some tankers. It is a pretty huge station. Look at that. You got even more platforms over here. I think these are AI only services, if I'm not mistaken. It might be, it might not be, I don't know. But yeah, fair few platforms here. Wow. More than I thought. It's quite a few actually. I mean, the stations themselves, you know, I've got very little to complain about. I think it's just the surrounding area. It just looks a little bit messy, let's say. Let's just see the doors close. There we are. It took me just under 23 minutes. We stopped at Mulheim, I don't know, Diet Scheim or Scheim, however, Steinum, and finally Hanau Hauptbahnhof. So let's take a look at another service. Another type of traction this time. We won't do freight. I'm interested in freight, but I want to take a look at the route as a whole. So freight will have to wait, I'm afraid. I'll make a video on the freight when I get around to covering this route. My timetabled series. We'll take a look at the services. So, yeah, you've got the 423. I've got everything installed. So, yeah, there's your Vetrons there. So, doing those two do the freight side of things. That's the flex train, and that has 6. It's 6, isn't it? Yeah, 6 services. If that's real life timetable, then I can't complain, but that's very few and far between, and I don't like that. 146.2, you've got many different versions. Just go for the latest one, or that one actually, or that one. Forget that one. That's the original, and it's got terrible sounds. But yeah, this one does regional express, as well as regional barn services and empty stock moves. Same applies to the 114 and the cab car, which are millions of, well, not variants because they're pretty much identical really, but just on different routes, and they do pretty much near the same amount of services. You got the UBB 40, not 4024, 116 that does all the freight. I don't think it does any passenger, which is a shame, but I do like that locomotive. The 401 has its own layer of intercity services. You've got more freight trains there, freight opportunities with the 185. Oh, the shunter has been included this time. It wasn't there before. Oh, fair play, Dovetail. You've got just one with the ICE3. What's this shunter then? The G6. Oh, right. No, just 4. Okay. Okay, fair enough. 425, you can actually operate just one surface. Wow. Okay, I thought it'd be a bit more than that. 187, that does the freight. That does the freight. That does the freight. That does the freight. Yeah. Same goes for that one. This one, the 101, you don't need the expert version to access its services. You can get the layer with the standard version as well as the expert version, which I'm not a fan of. That does intercity and an ICE service for some bizarre reason, but there you go. Eurocity services as well. And 642, which I like very much. That does some have a couple of variants of services there, as well as bringing it in and out of service. 103 does I think a couple of rail tours, short and stubby, and the SA and S9 cover that part of the route there. What am I doing? Rail journey. Must continue. Come on. Thank you, game. Remote work. Here we go. Oh, no, I'll see. Introductions. Rego Rider. Let's do that, shall we? Empty stop move. Passenger service from Frankfurt to Fluda. Let's go in the opposite direction this time. We'll go from Fluda to Frankfurt. We've also got a stretch of track there as well. Okay, so different type of service there. That's a regional bar. I want to do a regional bar, don't I? I hope a regional express stops at all the other stations. I have my doubts. We'll find out. I have a sip of tea whilst I'm at it. Even though it's stone cold, I must drink it. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, let's try this passenger service from Fulda to Frankfurt, and it's in the pitch dark. What a bleating surprise that is. Oh, for God's sake. What if I turn the lights on? Oh well, it gives me a chance to take a look at this route's night lighting, see if that holds up to any scratch. See if that holds up to scratch. Can you adjust the... you can. Oh no, that's the indicated light test, okay. Contrast, is that not there? No, I can't adjust it. The lights. Let's put the lights on. Train lights on. Handbrake is released. Brake key on. Whoops. Set the train brake to notch 2. What side are we on? The right hand side. We'll see if I can change that screen. Contrast. Ah, at least I can change the contrast on this one. So this is the 114. Very similar to a 143 or a 112, it's just a different light cluster. And the coaches light up at night, it's good. And the destination displays appear to be working. And this is the night lighting. Not too bad. Looks okay. But no good for me, I'm afraid. I want to take a look at the route in the daytime. I imagine Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof at night will look quite cool, you know, the skyscrapers illuminated and all that. I'll find one that's set in the daytime. That one there. Fulda to Frankfurt. I chose that service, didn't I? That was in the daytime. What's the other one got? The 146. What's this one got? Fulda to Frankfurt. Let's try that one. See if that one is in the daytime. Okay. Ah, that's much better.
Störung. Störung.
Okay, master lights are on. Let's unlock the doors. Okie doke. This does have LZB. For you wouldn't think that, would you? But it does. Let's have a look at the desk. Switches under the desk. Looks okay to me. More TOD screen. Not as pixelated this time. Not the screen itself, but the buttons around it. Okay, fair play. Oh yeah, and above. Oh yeah, it's got the destination display on. So that's pretty good. So this is the 146.2, very familiar. It's pretty much the same as all the others. That's pretty much all you need to know. Same go for the coaches, as well as the cab car. It's pretty much rinse and repeat. These pylons look good though. So yeah, this is Fluda. Very familiar. I don't think I need to go through it, do a thorough examination. I know I've seen this station before. So yeah, no need to take a look and have a look around. Okay. It's got a new horn. Ooh, it's got a new horn. Oh, fair play. This might have some new sounds. Let's hear it. Let's listen to it depart. Okie doke.
Sifa. Sifa.
So the first station stop is Neuhof. Neuhof, yeah. And that is 12 kilometers away. Thankfully we won't be skipping any stations so far.
Sifa. Sifa.
Once we get out of Fuda, the frame rate will improve. Once I've done this service, I will take a look at the 114, do a regional barn service, and then I think that will be that.
Sifa. Sifa.
My questions has been answered there, but I had earlier in the stream, wondering if you could run the 411 in two different sets. Two units connected together will operate a single unit. I've just seen a single unit coming up to Flula, so that's pretty much a yes. You can operate it. It seems in two different configurations. That's good. Well, let's just check the stations. Oops. There we go, that's better. Just looking at the station list, just in case we're skipping any. Yeah, it's all good so far.
Sifa.
Okay, so we are skipping a few as this is a regional express, but that's okay. I'll just do the regional bond service to compensate for that. Again, the foliage, I mean, as far as the countryside terrain goes, it's not too bad. I mean, I know the scenery itself, in like the towns and cities, tend to be a little bit on the weaker side, just repetitive assets, and crappy road networks, and, just some really sloppy route laying at times. But as far as, the natural landscape is concerned, with the trees and foliage and stuff, it's not too bad. It's not as good as Just Train's routes of, Blackpool South and West Coast Main Line over Shap and what else? Kinzigtalbahn, but it's not too shabby. I mean, it looks quite. Obviously, this is in the autumn now, hence why the trees are of a browny colour. Rather appropriate, as we are now, well, in the UK at least, officially in autumn.
Sifa. Sifa.
The silence. Nice and peaceful. Got a speed limit of 80 coming up. going off the main line as we're about to pull into the station. As we are approaching Neuhof.
SIFA.
Little freight yard to the right hand side of the station.
SIFA. Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe.
There we go. First station stop. Again, I love the wildlife sounds. It was wildlife. The natural sounds are pretty good. Environmental sounds. I also noticed that on the West Coast Main Line. That was pretty good too. Well, you've got people here waiting for a ticket machine. Good, good, good. As to the immersion, PIS display works. Well, I mean, the terrain doesn't look too bad. I've seen a hell of a lot worse, believe me. You can see a pretty tall hill over there. Got another set of platforms over there as well. This is the underpass. Underpass seems to be the word of the stream. Can't even access it. So many people. Come on, no. Oh god, I broke the game. Oopsie daisy. Whoop, there we go. But yeah, this station not too bad. Car park and everything for once looks good. Look at that. I don't look too shabby at all. You've got people coming from the, well, if you look at it from this angle, you can think that the people are getting off the bus. That's not too bad. Yeah, car park is good for once. Yeah, I like it. A little stream down here. Little tiny river. Can't get the camera over there, but you can see it. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Right, let's go. I know what the low horn sounds like. Nice new horn. I like that. I don't know if it's come from any other unit, but hey, it's better than what it was before. So I'll take it.
SIFA. SIFA.
Okay, the next station stop is Fleiden, just over 4 kilometers away.
SIFA, SIFA,
Okay, we are approaching Flyden. There's a Vectron doing some freight work.
Türfreigabe, Türfreigabe, Türfreigabe. There we go. Here we are at Flyden. Car park's not as good. Another platform over there. We got a coal train by the looks of it. That's a long, long walkway if I've ever seen one that long. Good grief. I imagine that's the exit over there. Yes, it is. Okay. I like this, bit of debris everywhere, rails and pipes and pallets and weeds and grass growing. That's good. I like that. New sounds from the doors. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, the next station stop, I'm going to try and pronounce this, is Schlulchenturn. Either way, the station is 10 kilometers away. SIFA, SIFA,
Speed limit will increase to 160. Here we go into the tunnel.
SIFA. SIFA. SIFA.
And now sort of tunnel into daylight. Right, let's have a look at this. Oh, I like this fired up. I don't look too bad.
SIFA. SIFA.
And this bridge as well. Not bad, not bad.
Zugbeeinflussung.
We got to go down to 85. There we go. Okay, so we are under restricted speed for the time being. I don't look too shabby. As far as the landscape goes, I don't know what that bit like is there, but I don't know what that's all about. But yeah, as far as the landscape goes, like from that view, that don't look too bad.
Zugbeeinflussung.
I better get under the speed. Like distant scenery, as far as natural terrain goes, trees and forests and all that kind of stuff. It's certainly improved. There's no doubt about it. I remember the horrible days of the Arosa line. That was, yeah, that weren't nice. Okay, coming to the next station stop.
SIFA. Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe.
There's an S-Bahn service there.
SIFA.
Bang on time too. Wow. The wind's getting up as well, I've noticed. Okay. So, welcome to the next station stop. Destination displays are working, that's good. Just noticed there's no signs of the actual station name. Interesting. Well, that's pretty cool. You got
some sidings here within the like the car park area. That's quite cool. Got a couple of buses there. A regional Bahn 5 service that's going somewhere. Well, you know, there's some trees here. That, you know, there's a little bit of grass. I mean, it's a bit drabby, but at least I put an effort into actually placing some trees and stuff. There's one of the collectibles, I think. Smashed vase. Excuse me. Alright, the next station stop is Steinau-Strasse. Oh, sugar, going a bit too fast.
SIFA.
A bit too excited there on the power. Apologies there. Yes, Steinu and the Strasse.
SIFA. SIFA.
Not even halfway yet.
SIFA. SIFA. SIFA.
Alright, approaching Steinau and Strasse. long platforms here.
Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe.
Okay, here we are. That's Steinau Strasse. Interesting waiting shelter. Got a business set up here. Oh right, okay, so you branch off here and you've got some industry by the looks of it. Okay, nice. Is that where maybe a shunter might do its work maybe? I haven't seen the shunter, so I presume it's somewhere around here. This one's one of the smaller stations this time around. Don't know what they're waiting for. A bus maybe of some description. I was wondering what that was. It's one of the collectibles. It's a table, okay, with some food on it. Fair play. Okay, the next station stop, which is just over 6 kilometers away, is Bad Solden Salmonster. That is the next station stop.
Sifa.
There's some tankers there on the main line. Ah, it's a shunter. Okay. He's doing his little work. So that probably is where the shunter takes the tankers to that chemical plant.
Sifa.
Let's pick up the speed, set it to maximum. tell you, this route kind of reminds me of Russignol-ish in a way. You know, it's very a countryside feeling, with a lot of twists and turns and various undulations. You know, going through the forest. And
Sifa, Sifa.
it's like a mix of Russignol and maybe Nuremberg Dresden, I suppose.
Huurvrijgabe, huurvrijgabe, huurvrijgabe.
No, actually, it's more like a mix of what is it? Mulheim, Salzburg, as well as Russignol. It's kind of got that feeling to it. Here we are, Bad Soden Salmonster. That's a lot of green and blue cars. They've all sunk into the ground, unfortunately. Again, the station building, it's very, very similar to the other station buildings I've seen so far on this journey in particular. Maybe that is completely accurate, I imagine they are. Unless it really is just a rinse and repeat job. But yeah, this car park don't look great. No surprise. Jet PIS displays, they work, so that's something. Obviously you can go to the different platforms as well as exit out here. Okay, the next stop is Wattersbach Kienbahnhof. That is just over 6 kilometers away. We're getting through it. Hey Mark Pierce, nice to see you, hope you're well. Are you playing on PC or the console? I'm playing on the PlayStation 5.
Sifa. Sifa. Sifa.
We've got a speed limit of 140 coming up. I'll gradually go back up to 160 once we've stopped at the next station.
Sifa. Türfreigabe. 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 Sifa. Sifa.
Here we are. Welcome to Vatcher's back. I think that's how I say it, or Vatcher's back. Ooh, that don't look good. Jeez. Gee, very drab. Again, very much a cookie cutter station. Yeah, so this is the 114. Very similar to the 143 and the 112, just I think a different light cluster, and well, at least it's got a bit of weathering on the top there. That I do like. Oh, okay. This is a unique station. Look at that. It's a nice way of getting in and out, isn't it? Oh, not bad at all. I like that. That's cool. I don't know what it is, but it's something. A place to hang out, I suppose. Oh, it's a walkway to the station. Now that's quite cool. I like that. I mean, look, even this guy, he loves it. Look, he's taking a picture on his selfie on his phone. That's not bad. Oh, that's nice. That's cool. Forget what I said about being a usual cookie cutter station. That's pretty good. Mark Pierce start a pack on the Series X and a couple of Tuesday before we carried over. 100% happy with this one. The graphics. I mean, I think I haven't seen any footage of the Series X. You know, as far as Train Sim World 5 or 4 goes, but I have heard that, you know, on some cases the graphics are not as good as the PlayStation 5. That being said, on the 411 ICET, exterior and interior, some of the textures on that weren't very high res at all. I think that's mainly a bug because on every other train I've driven since I took a whirl on the ICET, texture wise everything seems to be all fine. It must have been just an isolated incident with the 411 ICET. But yeah, graphically it's well, it's pretty much the same, isn't it?
Sifa.
Pretty much been the same since Train Sim World 2 or 3, really. The only major improvements are what, lighting, weather system, and the track rendering has been touched up, so that's nice to see.
Sifa. Sifa.
The next stop is Glenhausen.
9 kilometres away. So we are going to miss a couple of stations. I may be a bit cheeky and actually stop at them, just so I can have a look at it, because I don't want the stream to drag on forever. The last stream I did was over 3 hours, which yeah, isn't something I want to reach again. I mean, how long's this stream been on for? Over 2 hours and 40 minutes, so yeah. I don't think I'll do a regional barn service this time. I don't think I have enough time, so I'll try and see if I can see every station in detail. Not many crossings on this route, is there? Not many at all. I think there's what, one I think I've seen so far, along with one tunnel. I do want to stop here. It's not a scheduled stop, but I do want to have a little peek at this station.
SIFA. Huurvrijgabe. Huurvrijgabe. Huurvrijgabe.
Right, let's have a look at the station here. Very much in the middle of nowhere. I think the trees in there and, you know, the grass and weeds, I think they look better in the summer than the autumn. Don't think they look as good in the autumn as they do in the summer or springtime. But yeah, this is the station of, don't know how you say it, Wertheim? It's got its POS displays, they work. Nice footbridge, I'll give it that. That's modelled quite well. That don't look too shabby. And you've got a little path here that leads to a little tiny car park. Is that someone's house or a station building? Oh, it's a station building. That's nice. That don't look too bad. Very much a little small, like, village station, if you like. What am I doing? I need to get going. Go, 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 go. Fast as I can. Mark Browse, thank you. No problem. It's just trees I don't render as well. Outside the train, we're looking back at the train over gameplay still great. I think it spoils over experience. I don't think it spoils over experience. I mean, if you go back in the stream and look at my observation of the 411, and my annoyance with the textures on, I mean, the model itself, the 411 and the livery looks okay. It's just the textures of the logos and or signage and you know, just the basic texture of the cab. Just really was quite poor. I hope it's just a one-off little bug thing that Dovetail can fix, but yeah, it does. It chips away at the immersion, but from a you know, a long distance away, you know, it's not noticeable. But it is noticeable up close or in first-person mode, certainly. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that, but yeah, graphically, yeah, the rest of all the other trains are okay. They're fine. Right, we've got another station coming up.
Türfreigabe.
Stop.
Türfreigabe.
Alright, let's have a look at this station. Another countryside station. It's not a bad looking view. Someone's little vegetable patch or garden. Some allotments. It's not a bad looking view. Got some graffiti on this station wall. So this station is Heights Hodge? I don't know how you say that. Again, another small station serving the little village here of Heights Hodge. Yeah, PIS displays work. That is good. There's another one of those tables. Okie dokie. Not many Deutsche Bahn posters or branding, but yeah, there's one of them. And of course, you can take steps up to the bridge, which is modelled well for a change. My gosh. The road looks good as well. My god, that's a first. You got a little muddy old pitch. Well, looks so. Is that a football pitch? I mean, that's a very small football pitch. The diameters there look wrong. Oh sugar! I pressed the wrong button. Oh well. Alright, let's go. Now we can continue to the next stop, which is Glenhouse. Over 5 minutes late, but that's fine. As long as we make it, that's all that matters, as far as I'm concerned. Alright, let's bring this train to a stop. Here is Glenhausen. Looks fairly industrial to me from the outset. Another train coming in. That's what I like to see. The rail scene is a little bit quiet, but we are in the off-peak, I suppose. There we go. Perfect, right on the money. Alright, this is Glenhausen. Let's have a look around. This looks interesting. What is this? Can't tell because it's so blurry. I don't know.
Dovetail cookies. Is this like a supermarket or something? I'm getting that impression it is. Don't look great, but it's okay, I suppose. Yeah, roadly is something to be desired. Lots of buses and coaches here. It's a big pickup point by the looks of it. 642 sat here. That's a Ford RB 46 service. Nice. I like the building here of Glenhausen. Very good. Can't look over there, can I? Yeah, I can. Any signage at the front here? Nope. None. Multi-storey car park. That's empty for once. And over here we've got... is that a siding? It is indeed. Some disused tracks, it would seem. Oh, I like that. Okay. Let's lock the doors. Rock and roll. Okay, so we're going to miss out quite a few stations here. A lot of stations by the looks of it. So I'm going to try and stop at all of them. But our next scheduled stop is Langenselbold. Oh, frame rate struggling a bit there. So yeah, this does miss a few stations, so I'm gonna, well, 2 to be exact, but I'll try and stop at those stations and have a look at them again. I'm going to be very, very late, but as long as we make it, that's all that matters.
Sifa.
And already we're coming up to the next station.
Sifa.
There's a Vectron doing some freight work. Manifest. Stop, stop, stop. Oh, I'll let the train run. Let it go. So you've got a few skips here, bit of rubbish, that's good. So what station is this? Halle Moorholz, or Halle Moorholz. It's got the time there, that's good. Hasn't got the next scheduled service. Maybe no train stop at this station, I don't know. Another underpass here, filled with graffiti. I like the fact Dovetail have gone to town with the graffiti side of things. You know, it makes it feel that it's not all shiny and clean and, you know, opening day of the station, you know, looks a bit rough and... Okay, not too bad. It's okay, it's okay. More allotments over here. Someone's cutting the grass, it seems. Right, let's go to the next station. That's not scheduled. Come on, train. We got to make a shift on it. Thank you. Let's go. Oh, there's a crossing. I think LZB has just begun.
Sifa.
I haven't got it turned on, have I? No, I left it off. I was going to say, because the distance marker to the LZB ending, I was going to say, I swear I didn't have it on. Sugar meat, it's a station right here.
Sifa.
That caught me off guard. This would be a good place to rail fan. Virtually, that is. See the trains going along at high speed. Reasonably high speed, that is.
Türfreigabe. 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 Sifa. Sifa.
Right, what station is this one? This one is Niedermitlau. It's got a destination displays working there. So I think when the destination displays just the time, I think no services stop at that platform. Whereas that one over there, that's got a service, you know, scrolling away on the board. So or the next upcoming service. Oh, it's got the bike racks again. That's good. Even got a little street sign there. Be careful with your child around here, basically. It's an active road. You got the main road there, going up and over the tracks. Pretty much a nothing station, really, but don't look too bad. Right, let's go.
Sifa. Sifa.
Okay. Well, I think the next station is the one we're meant to stop at, which is Langenselbold. Bold. I'm terrible with these names, I'm sorry. Langenselbold. That's how you say it correctly, I think.
Sifa.
It's quite unique that you have these two intermediate stations on the speedway, so to speak. So you can see trains are stopping at those stations whilst you're thundering along in an ICE train.
Sifa. Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe.
Right, stop. There we go. Alright, welcome to Langenselbold. Let's have a look around. Speed of car park. That don't look too bad actually for once. Looks okay. PIS display works, that's good. What's this meant to be? To be confirmed or continued? What the hell is that all about? I don't know. It's not a ventilation shaft, is it? I don't think so. Another underpass. Many of them on this route. The graffiti, that's good. Oh, I like this. Nice bike rack. It's probably the best looking bike rack. Look at that. Not too bad. That's pretty good. Car park is okay. I've seen a lot worse. It's not too shabby. I like the concourse out here. The street lights and the trees. Main building is okay, I suppose. Got some little tables and chairs. That's cool. Another service just pulled into the station. It would be nice if some of the station interiors would be accessible. Like you do get some station interiors that are accessible. You know what I mean by that is by like actually walking in the station building, you know, accessing the ticket office, for example, or seeing it, you know, like you do on some British routes. But you don't get that with the German or other European routes, or maybe an American route or two, maybe, but yeah. You know, Dovetail thing has that preference, don't they? They tend to put, let's say, not more effort, but you know, these little gimmicks, let's say, into the British UK routes than other nations, let's say. Oh, there's an express.
Sifa.
Fair few lorries there on the side of the road. Oh, there's a factory there by the looks of it, or a depot. It's good they put the trucks there at least. Mimic the trucks, you know, leaving the depot. Obviously they're not going to move and animate, are they? They're static stock. Just gone off for nothing. The next station stop is Hanu Hauptbahnhof, but obviously I won't be stopping at that because there's a station or two I need to negotiate. Well, not negotiate, but stop at. It's not scheduled, but I want to have a look at it. That's why I'm very late. Interesting station here, very industrial by the looks of it. Train scamper off down the track. Let's have a look at this. This is a very barren wasteland. Is this a farm? It looks to be a farm of horses, and oh, look at that! They're animated. Yeah, you can see its tail moving and oh, having a little graze. Oh, hello, that's pretty good. Oh, I like that. An animated horse. Good grief. That's all our time and money has gone to then. Animated horses, yeah, very industrial area. Nice change of scenery though. All industrial. Big graffiti on the walls here. I like this station. Was it Rodenbach? Alright. Someone there just leaning up against the wall. Checking a phone. I thought he was having a cigarette, but this is a family-friendly game, so obviously they're not going to have NPC smoking, are they? Maybe not yet, but there's a caravan here. You can hear the horses as well. This is the car park for the area. We've got some guys here discussing the next plan of action. My God, is that the walkway away to the? It is to the bridge. Jeez, that's some walkway. Imagine walking from one side to the other. That's going to take a few minutes. At least 5 minutes probably. That is if you don't run. Well, I like this station. It's a turn up for the books. Well, I like the horses being animated. It's something. Yeah, very industrial station. Road and batch, but I like it. To change up from the norm, so that's good. I approve. Mark Pierce, would you feel the previous version routes are optimized for TSW5, made for TSW4? I would guess so. Yes. I can't confidently say that because I haven't tried every single TSW4 route in Train Sim Mod 5 because I just haven't had the time. And second to that, I haven't got every route from TSW4. I haven't got the Swiss route made by Rivet. I forget what it's called, but I haven't got that. But I've got all the other routes. You know, I haven't got all the British routes installed because I've had to save space on the console. If I installed every DLC, I think it would take up probably 3/4 of my console storage. Probably close to 300 gig, maybe at a push. I think that is a problem that will need to be addressed. The sheer size of the game is getting a bit out of control. I don't know whether Dovetail can condense maybe the sizes of these routes down. But then again, they'll just say, oh, download the PS4 version or whatever, so you won't have to worry about that. You know, console storage and that. I mean, it's not as much of a problem for me because I've got fast internet, so I could just, you know, delete a stack load of routes and it would take me under, half an hour to install, I don't know, all the British routes, for example, I have at my disposal.
train wants me to start slowing down. Must respect that.
Zugbeeinflussung.
It's not happy and wants me to slow down a bit more.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
I don't know why I have to release the PZB. I haven't even got it turned on. And he maybe missed a station. Ugh. Stupid game. Made me almost miss a station. Alright, let's have a look at this station. This reminds me of Rapid Transit for some reason. This is Wolfgang. Very appropriately named, and that'll be good for Halloween, won't it? That'll be the name of the next Halloween series on Netflix or something. Wolfgang. Or a band called Wolfgang. So you got the sound barriers, I think, or a set of tracks. Ah, there's the Flix train. Finally caught a glimpse of it. Whichever station is, well, I suppose much like the others. Another underpass. Again, you know, a bit of, grubby and grimy, well used. Good impression. Oh, ay, the road texture don't look great there. Just suddenly went very blurry. Gee, not good. Not good. Oh dear, right, I think this is a problem with the route, or maybe the game itself. The texture issue has happened again. It's like if you zoom into a specific texture, it goes all pixelated and blurry and horrible, and then it applies to pretty much every other texture that you see. I mean, now my cab's pretty much, excuse the language, but it's now gone to shit. Texture wise, that's very, very bad. Okay, so I think that's a root problem, and I think Dovetail need to fix that pretty quickly. Okay. That's not good. I don't like that. Anyway, we're approaching Hanau, Hauptbahnhof. Seems the texture issue seems to have sorted itself out. I think it's gone back to normal. Intercity Express. It's just stopped here by the looks of it. Ooh, frame rate is not good.
Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe.
Come on,
Ziva.
game, we can make it. Alright, welcome to Hanu Hauptbahnhof. Let's have a look around here. See a busy freight terminal or interchange as well as passenger. You can see you've got an S-Bahn service there as well. Intercity Express, there's another S-Bahn over there. Got some sidings over here. You know, I've been here before, but it's nice to have a look around again. Right, let's look for doors. Okay, the next stop is Offenbach or Offenbach Hauptbahnhof. Off we go. 12 kilometers away.
Ziva.
When I did the S-Bahn service, I was going in the opposite direction. I just can't remember where I started the service from.
Ziva. Ziva.
Oh, it's Offenbach, Offenbach Ost. Okay, so I don't need to stop at any of the stations other than the one I'm intended to stop at, so that's fine. Right, let's increase the speed then. Let's get on with it. Let's get this done. And then I presume we're going to stop at the final two stations. Okay, there's one station I'll miss out. So I'll be able to stop at that one, that's fine. Again, that texture problem has come back again, I can immediately tell. That's beginning to get on my nerves now. I won't be touching this route for a while until that's been fixed. Into the cab, will that fix it? No, it won't. Okay, fair
play. Let's try again, let's see if that cures it. Nope. I mean, I don't know if this is specifically to the PlayStation 5 or you know, this is a genuine root problem across the board, but yeah, it's annoying. I do not like it. At least I want to have some clear looking textures. I'm not asking for much. Going for another freight yard by the looks of it. And, looks like a little depot for the some of the S-Bahn stock. There's one of the planes in the sky there. Yeah, the plane does look good. I mean, I couldn't really care if it was licensed or not. I mean, I'm just glad we've got a new model of plane for once. Here we are at Offenbach Hauptbahnhof. Or Offenbach Hauptbahnhof.
Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe.
There we go. Offenbach Hauptbahnhof. There's a graffiti again on this building. Oh, tree don't look too bad down there like that. Can you hear the plane? You can. Fair play. Don't know if it's an accurate sound, but it's a sound, I suppose. Jeez, man. What is it with these textures? I do not understand. It's really bad. I mean, look, it's on everything now. Oh, for God's sake.
Oh well, let's put that. What have we got down here? Oh, there's interesting subway here. Completely filled to the brim with graffiti, which is nice. And oh, look at this! You can't actually walk through it, but that's nice. That's a nice building there. What's that all about? Is that the main station building here? Wowee! Not done bad. I like that. That's cool. Right, let's lock the doors. Right, let's go to the next stop, which is Frankfurt Main Suit. Very much in the very much now in the confines of the city of Frankfurt. I think that's where Frankfurter sausages were created. Must be, surely.
Sifa.
But yeah, Frankfurt Main Suit is just over 4.5 kilometers away. Slovak Ball Mapper, would you be glad if Microsoft let Forza Horizon on the PS5? I would be very pleased. I haven't got, never played Forza Horizon 5. I used to play Forza Horizon when I had the Xbox One. Which one was it up to? I think it was like Forza Horizon 3, I think. And I really enjoyed it. I think I've still got the game somewhere, if not mistaken. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. If they could let that go on to PS5, that'd be fantastic. Because I think Playground Games develops Forza Horizon and not Turn-10 Studios. It's nice to see in the background there, in the distance, coming around the corner. You could see the city skyline in the background, which is quite cool. I like that. Okay. Speed limit of 100 coming up. Again, dynamic weather hasn't really played a part today. It's just been dull. Dull and dreary. Right, let's get down the speed. Because we are approaching Frankfurt Main Suit.
Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe.
Okay. So this is Frankfurt Main Süd. This is where some of the S-Bahn services start, begin, terminate, whatever. S6. S6 services, right, yeah. So some S-Bahn services which are AI only, they go into the tunnels under the city. That is the same also at Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof, I think around here somewhere. You see those tracks that just disappear? That's the tunnel, basically. So the S-Bahn services will literally just chug in and out into the tunnels. I think there's a couple here actually. Get rid of those labels. Unless that's actually coming into Frankfurt. It's going pretty slow, isn't it? AI service moving, going somewhere. What's this one? That's an S1 service. So that's probably actually going into the platform. No, in fact there's one that's just come from the tunnel. Didn't actually look at the bloody station, did I? But yeah, Frankfurt Main Süd, again, pretty reasonable sized station. You can see the centre of the city in the background. Oh, these buildings look better. These look new. It's nice to have some new building assets for a change. Yeah, you can see, look, there goes the train. Down underground. PIS displays work, so that's good. Ooh, wow, that's a unique concourse. Underpass, look at that, it'll be bright and orange. And a cafe and go. Nice. Oh, shops, it seems. Is that the butcher? I don't know. You could go inside. Oh, okay, what's this one? Another coffee shop. Nice, it's not bad. Not bad. A bit more branding would be nice, but yeah, it's alright. Oh, that's not very good. Oh dear. Let's not look at that bit. Okay, it's alright. Alright. I did lock the doors, did I not? Yes, I did. Alright, let's go to the next and the final stop, which is Frankfurt Main Hauptbahnhof. Stephen, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. I just started train sim or for instructed to know what I do after the tutorial, as I have no train or route. I'm sure you must do. Otherwise, how the hell would you be able to play train sim 4? If you go into, I don't know, what are we on? Main menu. Go into choose route, and then you should be able to find whatever route. If it's not there for some reason, then I don't know. Make sure you've downloaded it to your. Make sure you downloaded it, basically. Maybe if you're on a console, make sure you got the right version. Like if you're on a PS4. Make sure you have the PS4 version. If you've got a PS5, make sure you have the PS5 version, etc., etc. But other than that, I can't really help you with that. That's the best advice I can give you, I'm afraid to say. So there's one station I'm going to miss, but I'm going to try and see if I can find it. It's Strasmanelli, or whatever it's called. It's best to just cruise at this speed. It will do. I think there's one more station. It should be. I don't know where it is. That's not it there, is it? Might be. Is that the station?
Ziva.
No.
Ziva.
It's somewhere. I swear there was another one. Apparently it's displayed on the map, but on the well, the map that Dovetail provided, but well, unless it's just not there, I don't know. Interesting. It's not that one there, is it? I don't know. I don't know.
Ziva. Zugbeeinflussung.
I'll slow down to under 45 just to be on the safe side. Ooh, that's a unique graffiti. It's of an actual person. That's a rare thing.
Ziva.
A bit of sunlight seems is coming into fruition. Alright. Frankfurt main Bahnhof is 1.5 kilometers away. So just gotta go round and in. Over the bridge. Must be the River Rhine. Again, nice water texture. Don't look too shabby. There we go. That's fixed the texture issue. If it's returned to normality.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Is that the depot over there? Looks to be, doesn't it? Well, with one train in it, but yeah. There's a shunter over there as well. Little shunter. It just feels to me this area is a little bit too quiet. It needs a lot more stock in it. I don't care if it's AI or playable or just static stock. It needs more stock in the sidings. It just needs to be jammed full of them. It's probably going to destroy the performance on your console or PC, but that's what I want to see, really, to be honest with you. I want it to be busy and full, and it's not. I mean, majority of the stations have services running in and out of them. I mean, platforms, I should say, but there are some which don't. So, as big and grand as Frankfurt main Bahnhof is, it's a little bit too quiet. For my liking, but you know, hey ho, you can't have everything, can you? It was the same with London Euston, far too quiet, but there you go. Hopefully one day it will be bumped up as far as maybe AI services are concerned. But here we are, journey's end, and the stream will finally end as well. The Slovak ball map, are you going to do a freight service after you finish this service? No, I will not be, no. I think I've done the stream long enough. This stream has taken long enough. And yeah. It's 25 past 11 at night in the UK, so I think it's time for me to turn the PlayStation off and go to sleep. Chocolate advert there. And there's the ICE 3, 1 and 3. There's us, Journey's End, and the little 642. Do like that. Well, these are quite cool. I like these. These fictional posters here. That's quite good. 425 in the station. PIS displays. That one obviously doesn't work because there's no services calling at that. What is that? It's a bookshop. Oh yeah, do the destination displays work on here? No, they do not. That's pretty much always to be expected. I mean, it's a big station. Don't get me wrong about it. I wonder if you can go out the front. Oh, judging by that, no. Negative. Never mind. Oh well, let's get back in the cab and lock the doors for the final time. Alright, well, that service alone, stopping at every station, took me just over 1 hour and 42 minutes. I got a platinum somehow for being, even though I was ridiculously late, over 20 or 22, 23 minutes late, so oh well, fair play. That's the game for you. Okay, so wrapping up, let's wrap things up of this route and my overall experience. Overall, the Kinzigtalbahn. Let's condense it down into 3 portions, shall we? Let's start with the rolling stock. Rolling stock, I've got not many complaints. To be fair, I mean the 411 ICET looks good, operates well. Nice to see it has the tilting mechanism enabled, so it works, and I like it. It's another train to have in your ICE arsenal. The Vectron, if you haven't had the Vectron before, then yeah, it comes with the route and does freight stuff, and you've got a nice variety of passenger services you can do with the 146.2 and the 114. Obviously the 423 is back on a newer Train Sim World route to do a few S-Bahn services. The route is a reasonable length. It's the longest of the 3 new routes that comes with Train Sim World 5 as standard. It's got 24 stations, and it's got some nice undulations to it. It's not the fastest German route. When you look at the menu here and you see that 411 Intercity Express train, you think, oh, it's going to be a fast route. It's pretty quick, but it's not, it's not Castle Würzburg, kind of speeds. It's got nice undulations to it, and the topography of the route certainly provides a quite interesting driving experience. Scenery wise, Frankfurt, Frankfurt area is okay. It's nice. Dovetail put a bit of effort into that. The rest of the route, some elements like the stations, they're fine. I'm not going to complain about them. The stations are the stations. Would be nice to see some more Deutsche Bahn branding on the stations, like you can see on like the London Overground or London Underground stations on the West Coast Main Line South. The countryside is okay. It's better than I expected. The foliage near the track, trees and all that, that's fine.
Distant scenery, yeah, that's again not a major strength of another dovetail route, but you know, the distant countryside like hills and so on and so forth, that's okay, that's fine. And the rivers, you know, and streams and you know textures on them, they're fine. Services, whilst the current services, you know, timetable is okay, it's pretty good, and the variation is certainly there. If you have a lot of you know, German routes and stock at your disposal, then yeah, you can create a nice varied experience. There needs to be more services, not playable, but maybe AI in the Frankfurt area, definitely, no doubt about it. But I think the main negative point for me is got to be this texture issue with the route. I thought it applied to the 411 ICET, but it appears it applies to everything, you know, that has a texture, be that the trains, the route, you know, the rolling stock, interior, exterior. That is an immersion breaker for me, and I don't like it, and that is one big black spot on this route, and I really don't like it, and I hope Dovetail fix it, because yeah, it's not acceptable, really. Come on. That kind of issue shouldn't be in the game. You know, we're in 2024. You know, those textures are from 2004. You know, it shouldn't be there. It's as simple as that, and that's, for me, not acceptable. So overall, out of 10, with all that taken into consideration, I think for now, I would give it, I think, a 6 to 7, maybe 6.5 out of 10 is the final score. It's not brilliant, it's not, you know, mind-blowing, it's not Dovetail's best route they've made, not by a long shot, nor is it their best German route. I think Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel Würzburg, actually, I think they did a little bit better. And maybe it's not as good as Salzburg Rosenheim, but it's okay. It's kind of in the middle. It's kind of good, but again, needs room for improvement. Hopefully some patches will come in and, you know, Dovetail get the route by the scruff of the neck, clean it up as far as bugs go, and hopefully enable some more services, AI in particular, in the future. So yeah, it's a 6.5 out of 10. It's good, but there is room for improvement, no doubt about it. But yeah, that concludes this stream on the Kinzigtalbahn. If you'd enjoyed it, then of course feel free to hit the thumbs up button below, and if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, then I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. The next stream will be next Monday on October the 7th, I believe it is October the 7th, isn't it? Yes, it is. October the 7th, 2024. I'll be taking a look at the San Bernardino line, the newest US offering to Train Sim World. So I'd like to say thank you very much for watching, take care, and I will see you next time.